So this is Miami Beach. This side is a bit more for the advanced swimmers, I think, because 1 minute is chest deep, next minute, you know, it's up to your neck. So this is the one side of Miami Beach here. So this side now is the where you see all the locals all along there, and it's a very small beach, but this is where the locals tend to be. And just to show you how much this beach changed, right here, that used to be a wheelchair ramp leading into the sand. So now there's just that big drop there. These waves only used to come up to there when I grew up here. So that's what happens after a while. If you come down to Miami Beach, or when you come down to Miami Beach, you need to remember 3 things. First thing, if you're not that good at swimming, come to the smaller side of the beach. You hardly get any waves there, very nice and peaceful. But the longer stretch of beach, I personally, I'm not that strong a swimmer, and I just feel sometimes when the waves keep coming, like all of a sudden it's deep, or it's like neck deep or something, and I panic a bit once it starts to rise, or if my feet can't touch the floor. So I kind of find that's what happens on the longer stretch. I know when I was growing up here, this beach was only locals. I never used to see any tourists here, but now I guess they've discovered Miami Beach, and I guess from 9-10 o'clock you see a lot of tourists on that long stretch. So whichever side you feel more comfortable with, you know, do your thing. And then the third thing is, if you come early like my mom does, or like I've started doing, is between 7 and 8 a.m. there's a free aerobics class with a guy called Ras. He does his own little thing, and you know, he's slowly gathered up a lot of followers, and so I'll just show you quickly what he does, and I hope you enjoy it.
Exercises is the greatest gift from the Most High God. You're in it or you're out it. Sometimes you feel for it, and you know what it is, you don't have to leave it alone. It won't leave you alone. It keep everything you and telling you, let's go, let's go, let's go. So, you know, exercise is the greatest gift from the Most High God. Life in general is the greatest gift from the Most High God. So let's dwell with 1 and 1 and 2 and 2, and we will exercise and show life what life is all about, and show the world what life is all about. Not just eating and drinking, but exercise is the most important key to your body. You can't go home and sit down. You know, sometimes you sit down for 5 or 10 minutes. All right? But when you look back, you got to get up and say, do this and do that. When you do this and do that, you remember cleanliness is next to godliness. And your house is so many mansions, you know. You never know who comes to your house today, tomorrow, the next day. So, you know, cleanliness is next to godliness. So that's like exercise.
How you started with the class?
Well, I used to go by myself each day on a certain hours, 2-3 hours a day, exercising by myself for like 4 or 5 years straight. And I do a lot of different stuff, you know. So eventually, the civilians passing back and forth, morning, and see what I do. And see, I open up their mind to a lot of things, and open the eyesight to a lot of things, especially exercises. It's a very relaxing sport too, right? And it frees the mind, frees the soul, and any tension you have. Exercise is the key to everything. No matter what it is. You can pay the doctor this money, you can pay the doctor that money, you can pay anybody anything. But if you don't got the key for exercise, you can't get the key, or you can't get the life. The motherland is the body. 1 and 1, 1 and 2. Up, down, sideways, round and round, whatever. You talk about it, exercise is the key to human life. 1 5, 1 6, 1 7, 1 and 8, 1 and 9, 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 8. Baseline, 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 base. 1 and 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4. Hey ya. Yo! Yo! One and two. One and two. One and two. One and two. One and four. One and five. One and six. One and seven. One and eight. Everybody. Right down. 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. Thank you, far too kind.